Ladies and gentlemen, as the morning breaks and light touches the earth, we choose to pray first before any voice speaks to us, before any burden rests on our minds. We come before God early, knowing that direction is born in His presence. When we pray first, strength is released, clarity is given, and our steps are aligned. Lord, before plans, before work, before decisions, we surrender this day to You. Breathe wisdom into our thoughts, order our paths, silence confusion, and let Your peace rule our hearts as we begin this day with You, trusting that all things respond when You go before us. To pray before any activity begins is to acknowledge that life responds to divine order, that nothing truly succeeds until God is consulted. It is choosing alignment over haste, presence over pressure. When prayer comes first, the heart is positioned correctly, the mind is stabilized, and the spirit becomes sensitive. You step into the day not reacting to events, but responding from revelation. In the place of prayer, strength is exchanged, burdens are lifted, and clarity replaces confusion. Before words are spoken to people, words are spoken to God. Before decisions are made, counsel is received from heaven. Prayer before activity declares that God is the source, not effort, not speed, not intelligence. It is an act of humility that invites grace. When prayer comes first, unseen battles are settled before visible ones appear. Delays lose their power, fear loses its grip, and direction becomes clear. You may not know everything the day holds, but prayer prepares you for everything it brings. It secures peace before noise, wisdom before demands, and favor before labor. Those who pray first walk with authority because they are already aligned. Their steps are guarded, their words are measured, their actions are intentional. Prayer at the beginning sanctifies the whole day, setting a spiritual atmosphere where God goes ahead, angels are dispatched, and outcomes are influenced. It becomes impossible to be truly defeated when the day starts in God's presence. When strength is drawn from the secret place, when dependence is declared early, when the heart stays open, listening, yielding, trusting, waiting, anchored in divine guidance and conscious awareness of God moving ahead, ordering moments, shaping encounters, directing paths, releasing grace, sustaining focus, guarding thoughts, empowering actions, and establishing purpose before anything else begins. To commit your plans and decisions to God is to release control and trust divine wisdom above human understanding. It is recognizing that intention without alignment leads to struggle, but surrender produces peace. When plans are placed before God, they are refined, redirected, and strengthened. Prayer becomes the altar where ambitions are purified and motives are examined. In that sacred exchange, what is unnecessary is stripped away, and what is essential is preserved. Committing decisions to God invites insight beyond logic and timing beyond impatience. It allows God to reorder priorities, close dangerous doors, and open paths that could never be accessed by effort alone. In prayer, tomorrow is influenced today, and outcomes are shaped before actions are taken. Decisions made in God's presence carry weight, clarity, and authority. Anxiety loses its voice when plans are surrendered, and confidence rises because direction is no longer uncertain. God does not only guide steps, He guards consequences. When plans are committed to Him, errors are reduced, delays are purposeful, and waiting becomes productive. The heart becomes calm, knowing that success is not self-produced, but God-enabled. Trust grows deeper as reliance shifts from strategy to grace. Even when adjustments are required, peace remains because God is involved. To commit plans to God is to invite His involvement in every detail, allowing Him to order seasons, align relationships, shape opportunities, and establish outcomes that reflect His will, His timing, His wisdom, His authority, His power working through yielded hearts, obedient minds, surrendered expectations, and lives that move forward with assurance rather than pressure. To seek divine direction early in the morning is to place sensitivity above speed and guidance above urgency. The morning is a sacred window where the spirit is quiet and the heart is most receptive. In that stillness, God speaks with clarity, adjusting focus and revealing what truly matters. Early direction prevents costly mistakes later in the day. It aligns thoughts before distractions compete for attention. When divine direction is sought early, the day unfolds with order rather than chaos. Instructions received in the morning carry authority throughout the day. Prayer sharpens discernment, enabling the heart to recognize what to pursue and what to avoid. It becomes easier to distinguish between opportunities and distractions, between urgency and importance. Seeking God early establishes spiritual dominance over the day. It ensures that reactions are guided by wisdom rather than emotion. Direction from God brings peace even when circumstances are demanding. It steadies the mind and strengthens resolve. The morning encounter with God becomes a compass, guiding conversations, decisions, and responses. It frames perspective, shapes attitude, and sets spiritual boundaries. Those who seek God early walk with awareness, hearing His promptings throughout the day. Their steps are ordered, their timing is precise, and their confidence is rooted in revelation rather than assumption. Divine direction in the morning secures advantage, clarity, and focus. It guards the heart from confusion and the mind from pressure, allowing the believer to move through the day conscious of God's presence, attentive to His voice, responsive to His leading, and aligned with His purpose from the very first moment of the day. To walk the day with God's peace and guidance is to live from assurance rather than anxiety. Peace is not the absence of activity, but the presence of God governing the heart. When guidance accompanies peace, movement becomes confident and decisions are steady. God's peace acts as a guard, protecting the mind from fear and the heart from pressure. It allows focus in demanding moments and calm in unexpected situations. Walking with God throughout the day means remaining conscious of His nearness, aware that every step is supervised by divine wisdom. Guidance from God brings order to thoughts and balance to actions. It prevents rash responses and replaces haste with discernment. Peace sustains strength when responsibilities increase and expectations rise. It keeps the heart anchored when outcomes are uncertain. Those who walk with God's peace are not easily shaken because their confidence is rooted in trust. Guidance shapes conversations, aligns actions, and influences decisions in subtle yet powerful ways. God leads gently, reminding, correcting, and affirming along the way. His peace becomes an atmosphere that follows the believer into every place. It governs reactions, preserves joy, and maintains clarity. Walking with God daily transforms ordinary moments into purposeful experiences. It creates consistency between faith and action. When peace and guidance work together, the day unfolds under divine supervision, free from unnecessary strain, filled with quiet confidence, steady focus, inward strength, spiritual awareness, disciplined thoughts, aligned intentions, obedient steps, and a continual sense of God directing, sustaining, and surrounding every moment.